Not everyone can afford a $4,000 offset smoker. And honestly, if you're that rich, please adopt me. So today we're doing something a little crazy. I bought the cheapest offset smoker I could find at Lowe's for $200. The one that everyone complains about having paper thin metal and wild temperature swings. So today we're gonna modify this bad boy and see if we can make it run like one of these bad boys. So if this works, you could save thousands and still crank out champion level barbecue in your backyard. So stick around, because we're gonna see if this little smoker can bring the heat or go up in flames. So my little trick up the sleeve is actually equipping the offset smoker with a digital temp gauge and a fan blower system. But will it work on a sub $200 offset smoker? Let's find out. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take off this stock gauge. There's a little wing nut in the back right here. Now I'm gonna put the new gauge through. I'm gonna attach the S1. All right, now we're looking at the firebox. There is definitely not a lot of space in here. The metal is very, very thin. Basically, if the firebox gets really hot, the inside of that smoker is gonna get really hot. If the fire dies out here, the inside of that smoker is gonna get really, really cool very quickly. So down here, you have your little vent control. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect it to one of these, and then it also includes some tape. So we only want air coming through when we want it coming through, and that's gonna be through the blower system. So now, let's get this thing set up. All right, 3. So on the back side, you have these spring tabs, and that's what's gonna kind of hold it in place. So I'm gonna lift this, put this in just like that, and there we go. Now all I have to do is run power to the back of it to prep the firebox. I'm gonna remove these grates. I'm gonna put in tumbleweed down here. Put some charcoal, and I'm gonna put some wood. Fire in the hole. All right, I'm gonna turn on the fan. That is a beautiful thing. Close this up. Now we're gonna open up the top stack all the way. So right now, my backyard is absolutely smelling amazing. The smoker is coming up to temp actually really, really fast because the metal is so thin. Now the question is, will we be able to keep it at 275? That's going to be the challenge. All right, now to season up and trim these ribs, I'm going to get my buddy Jared over here from Fat Daddy Barbecue. He is the Texas Rib Whisperer. He actually won an award in 2003 for having the best trimmed ribs. Let me see if I can get Jared here. Jared.
Hey, Andrew. I felt you needed my presence today.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How are you, man?
Good, bro. Ugh.
I felt like you needed me to help trim up these, my world's best ribs for you.
I did. I mean, looking at this rack, the marbling's really good. I think maybe a little trim, a little...
I mean, Bill Privis would be proud of these ones.
I think so, too.
Yeah, we're just going to square it off. But here's the thing. We're not going to get rid of this. We're going to save this when we make sausage.
Amen.
So I'm going to come back to the back side, and we've got this little skirt right here, which is basically the same thing you would see on where you'd get your inside skirt steak for fajitas, but on beef. So this is the same thing. We will not throw this away. This will be used for more sausage.
For binder and seasoning, our friends over at River City Sauces sent us their full rub and sauce lineup. So I figure what we'll do is we'll start with Texas style all-purpose, and then we'll move to their chicken and pork barbecue rub.
So this looks like it is a island heat. It's got a picture of a pineapple, and I think pineapple and pork just go really good together.
I agree.
And we tried it. It's pretty good.
It has a kick to it. I'm like, woo, that's good. All
Let's
right.
do it. So we're going to start on the back side. We don't need much of this binder, but we're just going to put a little bit on here so our rubs will stick. You don't need to go too heavy on the back side because you're really not eating it. It's just for presentation. And I did leave the membrane on here because this will kind of help with the fat cooking there and render it and make it nice and tender. So we're going to come back to the meat side with some more hot sauce.
All right, we're sitting at 270 right now. I'm gonna spray down this bottom grate right here. Ooh, man, with all that space in there, we can get a few racks.
Yeah, we can.
Let me go to the store. I'll be right back. Close her up. And we'll wait for her to come back up to temp. All right, let's check on our fire right now. So now what we're going to do is add another log on.
Log on the fire.
There you go.
All right, let's close it
Close
up.
it up. Now we're going to utilize the top of the firebox, and we're going to kind of preheat our wood. So
I'm just going to set this here, and it's not going to make it like a cold piece of wood. So when it goes into the firebox, it catches on fire pretty quick.
nice. So it's kind of just set and forget it right now. Right when this thing gets up to 275, the fan kicks off and it kind of just keeps it in there. So for a pit that is just notorious for just people being frustrated, oh, it's 400 degrees, oh, it drops down to 200 degrees. This is a pretty cool unit. The irony is the modifications actually cost more than the pit. So I guess this is now like, maybe you're in it for 300 bucks, but all that really matters is how's the barbecue. So we'll tune back in about 30 minutes when we need to add another log. All right, let's look at these ribs. Ooh. Nice, nice, nice. All right, let's add another split on. That's beautiful. There we go. All right, it's a beautiful thing. All right, these ribs have been on for about an hour and a half. Let's give these a good spritz down. Oh man, they are looking good for sure. Tons of smoke on those. There could be like a few embers left, and you could put a log on top and then it would actually catch. So definitely no issues. Even though you could tell there's very little coal in, you can just put some fresh logs in there, and because it has that fan assist, it will help ignite those logs. So this is very, very easy to use. Just with the thinner gauge metal though, you really have to stay on top of it. Just to heat up the next wood, I'll just basically put it on top here, and then when I need to replenish, this wood is hot, ready to go. Oh man. That is looking good. I'm gonna give this a little flip. Probably in about a half hour, I'm gonna sauce it up, and then we'll do a taste test. So this was an interesting experiment today to see how this offset smoker would work and handle, and it is a night and day difference from how this performs compared to one of those like elite heavy duty thick smokers. It is a lot more work with this type of smoker, but you're not breaking the bank. I've bought briskets that cost more than this entire smoker. Now, if you can learn and perfect good barbecue on this, if you actually ever upgrade to one of these like really fancy professional pits, it will be like a walk in the park. So if you're up for a challenge, I definitely will recommend this smoker. The modifications that I did with ChefsTemp with the S1 and the Breezo, they helped a ton. Even with the S1 and the Breezo, I still had to babysit this thing a lot more than my normal offset that I use. So again, this is a fun experiment, but what matters most is how are these ribs going to taste? That's going to be the ultimate. So we will tune back in when it's time for the taste test. All right, moment of truth. Oh man, oh man. Those look good. Presentation. These ribs look absolutely beautiful. Oh man, I cannot wait. Talk about juicy, fat smoke ring in there. Gosh dang, wow. All that really matters is how does the ribs taste? Here we go. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of getting mind blown right now because we just showed that you can take literally, this thing was on sale at Lowe's for like 170 bucks. I'll link it into the YouTube shopping. You can click it, check it out. This barbecue is absolutely next level. These ribs are I can't stop. Thank you, River City Sauces, for supplying the rubs and sauce. That was killer. I will put their info in the description as well. Definitely check them out. Just glaze, that seasoning. These are really, really good, like ridiculously good. So go check them out. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Girl Sergeant out.